guys, welcome back. Jeff, WaywardCityGames.com. Today I'm very excited to share with you a pet project of mine. I know I've been talking about it, teasing it a lot. We got my Gammamon deck.
So many colors.
So many colors. So I don't know whether I should call this Gammamon Rush or if I should call it more of like a Gammamon Toolbox. Kind of more feels like a Gammamon Toolbox, if anything. So let's get into the deck, shall we?
This is a fun deck, too, because this is like a deck that you kind of like... It's finally been able to come together. You've been collecting pieces for it over the last like sets and promo packs and tournament packs, you know?
Yeah. And you know, it's just been one of those things that this took a lot of testing.
Yeah.
So we'll start with level 2s. I'm playing 4 Gammamons. Not only does he fit the theme, he's got a great inheritable for this deck. When attacking, draw 1 if you're 6k. All of our 4s are 6ks. Our 5s are 6ks. Our surprise 6 is above a 6k, right? So we got tons of draw. You got to really get those pieces flowing in the deck. Let's dive into 3s.
So once again, no 5th egg.
I do not do a 5th egg in this deck, no.
Okay. But if you were going to run a 5th, what would be an honorable mention?
That's such a tough one. I like the idea of the Gammamon when you attack a player, but it's just a tough call, right? So let's dive into 3s now. Playing 4 of the BT8 Gammamon. This is great. It helps you draw when you use that once per turn. That's not always, you know, applicable with this deck. A lot of times you're kind of using the Gammamons, you're raising up. The inheritable, though, really kicks butt. When attacking, if this Digimon is 6k or more, delete a 3k.
Yeah.
Super effective. It deletes almost every level 3 right now out there. So really like this Gammamon. Love it as a 4 of. I do run a lot of level 3s for consistency in this deck and for one of our purple level 4s, right, to help recycle. So another 4 Gammamons here. This one's the promo that has, while you have a hero, you get plus 2k. So what's great is this card does not need to be name specific. As long as you have the hero, it's inheritable, will just trigger, give you a strong 2k.
And that was one of the ones that we got out of the tournament.
Yeah, it was like a weird distribution.
Well, that was the fun part about it, right? It's like we were getting those, I think, like 2 or 3 formats ago in the tournament packs. And it was cool because it's like, I'm going to build this eventually because we knew the sets that were coming out, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So now we're talking about 2 more promo Gammamons. So all of my 3s in this deck are Gammamons. It really helps the deck with consistency, helps the deck with all the effects. There's tons of cool things you can do with these. Here is where my 3s might differ from a lot of people. I like to run 4 of this on-play Gammamon. A, he's decent removal. B, when you delete a level 4 with the Galus Gammamon, you get to, or excuse me, not when you delete a 4. When this gets deleted, you get to play a Gammamon suspended. You trigger that on play of that Gammamon, right? So I really like being able to all of a sudden, you know, spawn out that Gamma, 2k, delete a little guy. You know, and plus he's a 0 to evolve compared to this one, which is a 1 to evolve. So I try to reduce that one down to 1. It does have a good effect. I like the 4k DP. It's really nice. And it's great when you start, you know, pairing it with all the little combos of the deck where you all of a sudden you can attack unsuspended Digimon with piercing.
Yeah.
So we'll dive into that, shall we?
Good stuff.
All right, level 4s. I bet you guys can guess what I'm playing.
Maybe.
All Gammamons.
So many colors.
We're going to start with the red one, the Betel Gammamon. So the reason why I went with a 4 of this is the Blitz is really strong, and I like the red. The red is really nice, kind of helps helps the deck stay consistent. I'm on the fence. I might want to go to a 3 if I decide to add something later, but so far I've been really liking the ratios, and this whole Gammamon deck has one that I've tried a couple different versions of.
Right.
The first just failed. The first couple versions failed. This is finally the version where all of a sudden it feels like it's flowing way better.
Yeah.
It's drawing cards. It's getting pieces. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I don't necessarily feel like, okay, I got a whole bunch of Tamers out. Where are all my Digimon? You know?
Right.
So let's dive into the next card. Our next level 4, I am playing a 4 of. This one, 100% mandatory 4 of.
Yeah.
The Galus Gammamon is so good because of its on deletion effect.
It does all the purple things.
Yeah. I mean, its retaliation is nice. Do not get me wrong. Being able to give Cannon Weiss or even a surprise level 5 I'll talk about in a sec, retaliation is really nice. But the on deletion to playing a Gammamon, super nice.
Yeah.
You can spawn your body or spawn your board with, you know, a bunch of little guys. That's, again, another reason why I'm playing 15 level 3s. It really went up in those numbers. Let's talk about another Gammamon, shall we? Talking about 3 Kaus Gammamons, the Unblockable.
Right.
This little guy has been doing me wonders. I love being able to give that Cannon Weiss unblockable. I love being able to just, even if I just swing with him unblockable, if they try to put a blocker down for game. So this one I'm really happy as a 3 of. I would not change it. But you could argue the 2. If you need more room for consistency, I say stick with 3. Let's dive into our next level 4. 2 Wizen Gammamons.
Green.
The green. So now we have the whole family of Gammamons. And it's not like I tried to force him in the deck to make a theme either. It actually works pretty well. This is one of those that I wouldn't mind being able to play a third one. Maybe if I were to take out this Blitz one and put a 3, so I can do like a 3/4, 3/3, right? But I really don't think piercing is that needed.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I can set it up to where I can attack on suspended Digimon, but sometimes when you pierce, you hit something
Nasty.
that just completely changes your game plan, and sometimes you just want to control the board. So I'm only running as a 2 of. I've been really liking it. I wouldn't necessarily go down to 1, because sometimes you need to play that green option that we have in our deck without a Tamer, the plugin, right?
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm running as a 2 of. So if you notice, I am running 13 level 4s, a little bit more than normal.
It's a big number.
But this deck really it has its strengths off of running so many little bodies, right? Let's talk about the boss himself.
The Cannon.
For Cannon Weissmon. Cannon Weiss, super great card. Your turn once per turn when a Tamer is suspended. I'll give you a little hint. We are, in fact, playing a hero. So when he gets suspended, you give him an additional 2k from the hero. He gains 2k from himself, becomes a 12k, gains security attack +1.
At least 2k.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So what's great about this card, too, is he has a really good effect where he gains all of the abilities of everything with Gammamon. So everything you're looking at, with the exception of the eggs, he can now gain that ability, right? He gains the ability to attack unsuspended if you have this underneath. You can give him Blitz. You can give him Unblockable, Piercing, Retaliation, and the Deletion ability, right? So the Cannon Weiss is really effective in this deck. It's kind of like your main boss, but we do have great backup strategies in case you either A, don't get this, or B, just need to make another move. We are talking 2 Chimeramons.
Yeah, that card's making a big comeback.
I love this card. I've always loved this card. As soon as it came out, I was just under the mentality of like, well, that's it. I'm just going to start running 1 to 2 Chimeras as my level 5s in my deck. And with this particular deck, my first version, I actually tried 4. I went 4 Cannon Weiss, 4 Chimera, and it just clogged at the hand. It was super bricky. It didn't flow. It just, I took away the consistency by trying to have too much going on, because really what you're going to have going on is you want to build a really strong Cannon Weissmon. And this Chimera is a backup to it. Mm-hmm. This Chimera is great because you can DNA Digivolve on 2 of our 4s that they've lived, or even if you just have to hard Digivolve into it for 4, it's not the end of the world, right? But what I love about this Chimera is it can take a card from trash and put it underneath himself.
Yeah, that's super important in this deck.
So you can recycle the Cannon Weiss's ability, that inheritable, right? Because the Cannon Weiss says all turns, this Digimon gains all effects with Gammamon, right? So now you can have this Chimeramon have all of the same abilities with maybe even a little bit more DP depending on how many colors you get under it while, doing its DP reduction on opponents with that Cannon Weiss. So it's super effective. I really am happy with the 4-2 of. It felt way better than running a 4-4 or even a 4-3. Super happy with 4-2. I wouldn't change it. Let's talk about our last Digimon in the deck. This one is going to be a surprise, and I'm going to have a fun little poll for you guys. Which artwork is your favorite? We are torn. We don't know if we like the new starter deck, little ones that came in the little boxes, the ST11, or if we like the original BT1 alt art.
I'm not torn. I'm going BT1 alt art.
You're going BT1 alt art?
Oh,
yeah. I really like the starter deck one. It turned out so nice. I really like it. But I'm running 4 Wargreys. So there's a lot of reason why this is the 6 that was chosen to be run in this deck. 1, he Digivolves for 3, which is really important for our green plugin. Green plugin specifically requires a 3-cost Evo.
Right.
So I run that for that. I run it because it's a red, so it can Digivolve atop of Cannon Weiss. That's also very important, obviously, right, guys? But we're talking about when Digivolving, you can have him gain security attack for the turn. So if let's say you had your hero out, you were at 3 memory, you Digivolved the Cannon Weiss, right, and you had the Beetle Gammamon underneath, when you digivolve into Wargrey, the inheritable of the Canon Weiss will give him Blitz, allowing him to retain that security attack +1. And that's not even the best part about the card. The best part about this card is he doesn't check options in security.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you have a big beater deck. You can give Wargrey the ability to not check options. You can give him all effects of Gammamons, including Retaliation, on deletion play a Gamma, Unblockable, Piercing, attacking unsuspended Digimon.
Yeah.
All sorts of fun combinations to where this Wargreymon is really, really effective in this deck. So I'm really happy with this level 6. This is one that I've spent so much time trying to figure out what is the boss to play, on top of Canon Weiss.
Yeah.
And I finally feel like I figured it out.
I feel like
guys.
that's like the best choice because it's like that gives you that doesn't check security option or
Yep.
options in security, and that's like the one thing that Gamma doesn't give you yet.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am playing 4 heroes, mandatory for the deck. That is actually it for my Tamers. So if for those of you who do not have the promo hero that gains security attack +1, I did not like it in the deck. I know the extra security attack is really nice. It's really nice when you can give any Gammamon security attack +1. But a lot of times when you swing with a 6K, right? I guess you can be 8K with the Gamma, 10K with the hero. Don't get me wrong. You can give it extra security check. But if you don't have all of those pieces, it just dies on the first check. And you lose that body, and then you've just wasted your turn playing that Tamer. So all my previous builds when I was trying this hero and the promo one, my hand just kept clogging with Tamers. I would get all these Tamers on board, and it's like, okay, I'm ready to do something. Where's my Canon Weiss? Where's, any other piece that I need for the deck? So, in my opinion, you only need this hero, but I do think it's a 4 of. Just that way you can get just the 1 on the field, start giving things 2K when you need it.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So you run 4.
Yes.
But do you really run 4 because you want to play multiple of them, or do you run 4 just because you want to see them?
Well, great question. I mean, it's not bad if you have multiple on the field, like if it hits in security. But in my opinion, unless it's like your only play, right? Like you don't want to give your opponent, for whatever reason you don't want to play Digimon, whether they have black or gray and they're just going to kill it. It's not a horrible idea to play a hero, but I mean, you only need one.
One's usually
One's all I need. Yeah, as long as I have the 1. And it's not bad to have more in case they do delete that Tamer, with a lot of the Tamer deletion going on right now. So now let's talk about some fun options, shall we? 4 Bree Claws.
That's such a good card.
Oh my gosh. So this was one of those that my first build of this deck, I was trying this, like I said, with the 4 Chimeras, without the Wargreys, with I think 8 or 7 Tamers, trying all sorts of different things. I had the 4 Bree Claws, and this would just feel so bad. It would clog up the hand, never had any good use for it. But now with the changes I've made to become more consistent, to become more effective in what I'm doing, this Bree Claw is really useful.
Yeah.
I love the security effect, plays a Gammamon from hand or trash, so you can kind of start flooding boards, you can start setting up, digivolving into 4s, setting up a Chimera play if you need to, and then also being able to give one of these guys an additional +2K, drawing a card. This deck really needs to draw.
Yep.
So Bree Claw I've been really liking, and to support the draw, and the last option in the deck,
So good.
4 green Digivolution plugins.
Yep.
Really like this card. This is actually the first deck that I've personally played with the plugin, with this plugin, right?
Yeah.
So I was torn on using this plugin or not, because sometimes I'm like, why do I need to, draw a card and then digivolve for free when it's only 3, right? But it's been really helping the deck. It's been all of a sudden making it to where I'm digivolving to Canon Weiss for 2, Wargrey for 2, where I've drawn the piece I need and then digivolved. The security effect is another great security effect, adding cards to hand, and you get to pick which Digimon to really help set up your strategies and combos. But that's it for the Gammamon deck, guys. I'm definitely looking forward to future support. The Dorbikmon will make Gammamon insane, and that might replace the Wargrey. So stay tuned. I'll definitely have an update for you on that. But for now, for all of you Gammamon fans, play this. Try this. You're going to love it.
It's nasty. I'll tell you from experience.
That's it, guys. Thanks. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned to our channel. We're going to have tons more great deck profiles